What's up guys, Turbo Velgic here back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing my review on Beyblade Burst Rise episode 15 titled Invasion the New King. So before we start this video, I'm just going to say this video will have spoilers on the episode, but if you guys have not seen the episode yet, I will leave a Google Drive link in the description below to where you can watch the episode. So like always, One Rise episode covers 2 Gotchi episodes, so this is covering episodes 29 and 30 of Beyblade Burst Gotchi. So yeah, let's begin with the analysis. So like always, the episode starts off with the welcome to the world of Beyblade scene, and then the story continues from the previous episode where Arthur came and interrupted Iger and Delta's title match, and Delta is in shock after Arthur extinguished his hyperflux in one blow, and Arthur says that he will end the current world of Beyblade and rebuild a new world, and only the most powerful bays are worthy of existence, and the ones that shine will burn out because darkness reigns supreme. And then he says that he is the new king of Beyblade, and the ones who obey him will be spared annihilation, and the victories are confused, and Iger goes off on Arthur and tells him that he won't let him do that, and he doesn't on Beyblade. And then Arthur tells Iger to watch his tongue and tells the referee to have the stadium fixed by tomorrow. And then the next scene takes place at Stage 12 on Battle Island, where Armin and Nichika are watching Iger and Delta's match when Arthur interrupted it. And then Tango comes out with food and tells him that Apocalypse is likely stronger than any Bay they've faced before, but Arthur can't do whatever he wants to Beyblade, and the future of it is up to everyone. And then Taka returns and tells Armin and Nichika that Dante is training with Iger, and then we get into the opening and title card, and then the next scene takes place in the woods where Iger is training and says that he will have to make his launch a lot stronger to defeat Apocalypse, and Dante is watching Iger and he wants to get some training in also, so he runs up to a tree and tries to do some pull-ups on a branch, but it immediately snaps, and Iger tells Dante that they will run a lap around the island, and after the lap, Iger is looking at the sky talking about how everyone wants to be stronger, and how being the best in the world has pushed him to get stronger, and also the most important thing about blading is to enjoy it, and Vault, Ranjiro, Fubuki, Shu, the Bay Club, and the Bay Gang taught him that, and that's how his style of blading is what it is today, and he's not going to let Arthur do what he wants to it. And then Dante's face turns red and tells Iger that he will defeat Arthur, and then the next scene takes place in what looks to be a cave, where Delta has a fire up and is wondering if Arthur and Apocalypse possess a power that surpasses Hyperflux. And so now it's the next day and the match between Iger and Arthur is about to start, and Iger, Arthur, and their bays are introduced, and Delta says he has never seen a bay like Apocalypse before. And then Arthur tells Iger that the light will never surpass the darkness, but Iger doesn't believe that, and then Arthur says that Iger will learn not to oppose him, and Iger equips the Union Sword to the Union layer base and changes the mode on the convert disc, and so now we're getting into the battle, which is Iger and Union Achilles versus Arthur and Prime Apocalypse, and the first to get the 2 points wins. So anyways, Iger and Arthur start off with powerful launches, and Achilles and Apocalypse clash at the center and eventually release, and then Iger and Achilles get into unison launch, and Achilles starts attacking Apocalypse, and the locks on Apocalypse start to move, and then Iger and Achilles get into unison whip, and Apocalypse is knocked away and lands back into the stadium unharmed, and then Arthur tells Iger that he can't burst Apocalypse because it has a burst prevention system, and how the locks can turn at 360 degrees, and then Iger heats up and says there is no such thing as an unburstable bay, and then we get into Achilles' avatar, and then Achilles goes into Hyperflux, and then Achilles continues to attack Apocalypse, and then Arthur heats up, and we get into Apocalypse's avatar, and then Apocalypse turns completely black like it did in the previous episode, which this is called Dark Flux, and then Arthur and Apocalypse get into Omega Blast, and then Iger and Achilles get into Unison Shield, and Achilles and Apocalypse clash, and Apocalypse absorbs Achilles' Hyperflux, and Achilles is knocked away and bursts, and Arthur wins. So then, Apocalypse jumps out of the stadium into Arthur's hand and says that his shadows will soon engulf the light and stars, and says the ones who seek great power should come join the Inferno, which is his team, and it tells Iger that he can join, but he needs to obey. And then we meet a new character named Gwen Reynolds, who looks like he is watching Beyblade for the first time, and then we get back to Arthur, who is leaving the arena, and Dante comes after him and challenges him, and then Arthur tells someone to show themselves, and he will take both of them on at once, and that person is revealed to be Delta, and then Part 1 of the episode ends, which was episode 29 of Gotchi. And now we are getting into the second half of the episode, which was episode 30 of Gotchi, and the English name for this part is Bay of Annihilation Apocalypse. So anyways, Arthur wants to take Dante and Delta on at the same time, and Dante is getting pumped up about it, but Delta doesn't want to do it with Dante. So Arthur says they won't battle since Delta doesn't want to battle with Dante. So Delta has no choice, so he says he will battle with Dante. And the battle is about to start, and Peng and the Victories are watching, and Dante is excited to battle with Delta, but Delta doesn't want want to work with Dante and tells Dante to stay out of his way. And Pang looks at Dante and Delta's cheese, and Delta's chi is pushing Dante's away. So then Armin goes off on Delta and tells him not to be stuck up, but Delta doesn't care, and he says he'll be the one to defeat Arthur. So then Dante has a Dragon moment, and Dragon believes that Delta understands that he can't take on Apocalypse so lightly, and Dante says that he will go all out, and the only way to defeat Apocalypse is for him and Delta to join their powers together, and he is also happy that he gets a tag team with Delta, and he wants to make Delta happy also. So then Delta has a Devilos moment, and Delta tells Devilos that there is no shadow in the world that can engulf their light, and Devilos tells Delta to not let Dragon get in the way, and he says he won't let Dante interfere, and he will defeat Apocalypse, and their light will shine even brighter. So Delta goes with Erase Devilos in this battle, and Dante goes with Ace Dragon, and Taka starts streaming the battle, and Gwen is watching it and believes that Arthur will win. So now we are getting into the battle, which is Dante and Ace Dragon, and Delta and Erase Devilos versus Arthur and Prime Apocalypse. So once they launch, Delta and Devilos use Shining Launch on Apocalypse, and Apocalypse pushes Devilos away, and Devilos starts hitting the wall, and Delta knows what Arthur is trying to do, and then Dante and Dragon get into Dragon Launch, and Dragon starts attacking Apocalypse. So then Iger arrives and sees Dante and Delta battling Arthur, and Delta tells Dante to stay out of his way, and then Devilos joins Dragon and starts attacking Apocalypse, and then Apocalypse's locks start to move, and Apocalypse knocks Dragon and Devilos away. So then Dante says that he won't let Arthur win, and he remembers what Iger said earlier about the most important thing about blading is to enjoy yourself. So then Dante gets pumped up, and Iger is seen smiling because of Dante. So then Delta starts warming up, and Devilos hits Dragon, sending itself flying in the air, and then Delta and Devilos get into Dual Phantom, and Devilos splits in two, and then Delta and Devilos get into Clone Cannon, and then Devilos' bullet tip hits Apocalypse, and the locks move, and the center of Apocalypse turns red, and then Apocalypse sends Devilos' bullet tip flying out of the stadium, and then Arthur starts warming up and says Delta and Devilos will be destroyed first, and then Apocalypse goes for Devilos, but Dragon goes in to stop Apocalypse, and Apocalypse dodges Dragon. Then Dante tells Delta that they can beat Arthur together, but Delta says there is no together, and then Delta heats up and we get into Devilos' avatar, and then Dante heats up and we get into Dragon's avatar, and then Dragon and Devilos both get into Hyperflux, and Arthur says the darkness will consume them no matter how bright they shine, and then Arthur heats up and we get into Apocalypse's avatar, and then Apocalypse gets into Dark Flux, and then Dragon and Devilos clash into Apocalypse, and their Hyperflux is absorbed, and then Apocalypse releases, and then Arthur and Apocalypse get into Omega Blast, and Devilos is sent flying, and it bursts, and Delta's in shock, and then we see Dragon, and Dragon's lair shatters. So the victories are shocked, and Dante is absolutely upset because of Dragon's destruction, and then the helicopter arrives, and Arthur leaves in it and says what he said earlier about the bladers who seek power should gather at his side, and Delta is mad because Arthur defeated him, and then we see Gwen who says that Beyblade might be fun, and then the scene goes back to Dante who is upset over Dragon's destruction, and then Iger walks up to Dante and tells him that they will have to stop Arthur from changing the way they blade, and picks up Dragon's chip and gives it to Dante, and this encourages Dante to evolve Dragon and defeat Arthur, and the episode ends. So anyways, Invasion the New King was a good episode, and I did enjoy it, and the battles in this episode were good, but it was also sad when Dragon was destroyed. And also, I'm glad to see Gwen make his first appearance in the dub, and just like Arthur, Gwen's voice sounds really good, and I think it fits his character really well. And also, the voice acting in this episode was great, especially Dante's voice actress. I think she did really well on Dante after Dragon was destroyed, and I also want to say that Taka's voice actress did really good with Taka's voice acting at the part when he noticed Dragon was destroyed. And I was also glad that Iger mentioned Vault, Shu, Ranjiro, Fubuki, the Bay Club, and the Bay Gang, because if they don't make an appearance in the episode, at least they got mentioned. So anyways, in the next review, I'll be going over episode 16, Rebirth, Command Dragon, where Dante, of course, evolves Ace Dragon into Command Dragon. So anyways, yes, so thank you guys for watching this review. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, please subscribe, please follow me on social media. Links will be in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys later.